On July 15, 2025, YouTube will officially roll out one of its most controversial and far-reaching privacy policy updates in years. The changes announced quietly via a blog post, an internal creator studio notification, have already sparked global debate. While YouTube frames the update as a necessary evolution to support AI-powered recommendations and new safety tools, critics are warning users to brace for even deeper data collection, limited transparency, and potentially major shifts in how the platform handles content, personalization, and monetization. According to the draft policy, YouTube will now begin recording and storing interaction-based visual data, which includes how long a user looks at a thumbnail, even without clicking, and what parts of the screen they linger on. This is part of a new algorithmic upgrade, aimed at what YouTube calls predictive engagement modeling. Essentially, YouTube wants to anticipate what you're likely to click on next, before you even think about it. This level of pre-click surveillance has raised eyebrows among privacy advocates, many of whom say it crosses the line from user analytics to behavioral profiling. One of the most talked about changes is YouTube's plan to use passive device audio to detect environmental context. While YouTube insists this data will be processed locally and never stored permanently, critics argue that it still constitutes audio surveillance. The feature is designed to optimize ad delivery and tailor background-appropriate content, for example, showing study playlists if the system detects quiet indoor noise. Understandably, many users are deeply uncomfortable with this. Furthermore, the new policy enables broader, cross-platform data sharing with Google's ecosystem, including Gmail, Calendar, and even Google Fit. The company claims this will improve personalization and make content recommendations more relevant to your lifestyle, but many are calling this a slippery slope toward complete user profiling. Even users who don't log into YouTube will be tracked, using device-level identifiers and shadow accounts, making true anonymity nearly impossible. For creators, this policy could have wide-ranging implications. YouTube has confirmed that audience retention, facial expression patterns, and viewer focus will now factor into how content ranks in the algorithm. This means creators may feel pressured to design thumbnails and intros, specifically to hold attention in measurable, biometric ways. It's no longer just about views or watch time. It's about how viewers look at your video. Some creators are already voicing concerns that this will favor influencers with highly produced content, sidelining smaller independent voices. The backlash from creators has been swift. Several mid-sized creators with over 500,000 subscribers have announced plans to demonetize their channels. In protest, a group calling itself Creators for Consent has begun organizing petitions and threatening a mass content blackout. If YouTube does not revise or postpone the rollout, the group statement reads, "We are not test subjects for corporate AI systems. We demand control, transparency, and opt-out tools." From a legal standpoint, the policy may soon run into trouble. Law firms in both the United States and the European Union are reviewing the updated terms for possible violations of GDPR, CCPA, and Brazil's LGPD. Early analysis suggests the new definition of non-identifiable data may not hold up under stricter interpretations of digital consent laws if regulators intervene. YouTube could be facing steep fines or forced rollbacks. In particular, the implications for minors have raised red flags. YouTube Kids will now feature context-based ad filtering, which means the app may show different content based on a child's tone of voice or activity-level information gathered via on-device sensors. While Google says this is done to protect children from inappropriate content, child advocacy groups argue that no amount of AI filtering can ethically justify biometric data collection from minors. COPA experts warned that this could lead to the biggest legal battle YouTube has faced since its $170 million fine in 2019. From the viewer perspective, YouTube has promised greater customization and privacy controls. But many of these tools will be buried several layers deep in settings menus. By default, most users will be opted into data sharing and must manually adjust over a dozen toggles to restrict the new features. User groups are demanding a simple one-click opt-out option. But as of now, YouTube has not responded to that request. So why is YouTube making these changes now? Analysts believe it's part of a broader shift toward integrating AI at the core of the platform. With TikTok continuing to dominate General Z engagement and Meta launching new AI-driven video tools, YouTube is under pressure to evolve. However, some experts argue that innovation shouldn't come at the cost of user privacy. Ronnie Chung, a senior analyst at Horizon Digital, says AI needs data. YouTube needs AI, so they're going all in on surveillance tech, whether users are ready or not. As July 15th approaches, protests are growing louder. A Change.org petition has already reached 250,000 signatures. Tech journalists and creators alike are calling on YouTube to delay implementation and launch a public consultation process. Meanwhile, several government watchdogs are preparing formal inquiries. In the United Kingdom, the Information Commissioner's Office has released a statement saying it will investigate whether the new policy violates data minimization principles. For now, YouTube stands by its changes. In an official statement, the company said, "We are committed to building the safest, most personalized video experience on the internet. Our new policy is designed to give users better content, better control, and better protection, but many users and experts aren't buying it." As this story continues to unfold, the message to viewers is clear. Review your privacy settings, understand your data rights, and don't assume platforms have your best interest at heart. The July 15th update is more than just a technical shift. It's a major turning point in the battle between personalization and privacy. Whether YouTube adjusts course under pressure or moves forward as planned, one thing is certain: how users respond in the next few weeks will shape the future of the platform, and maybe even the internet as we know it.